Anti-meta stun is back, and I gotta tell you, this is what I like to see. Make sure you guys smash the like, crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Now, this is quite a national breakdown here. We have the Portugal Nationals here, and 8 of your top 6 team is Snake Eyes. Why do these numbers just keep getting so insane? Like, you're 50% of the field here for this, and you're telling me that, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Like, gosh darn it, we need a ban list to clean this stuff up. And the fact that, you know, Portugal is not even a place that I would consider having such a huge meta representation. I'd expect to see a little bit more rogue out of this, but man, that's something. You also had 3 Tempai Dragons. Well, you know, 8 and 3. Wow. Your roguish challengers out of this. We had 1 branded deck. 1 Flandorese. I will tell you, though, the only reason why Flu, I think, is even remotely holding on right now is Featherstorm. And you can call what it is Featherstorm degeneracy, but I think it's the only real thing that Floodgates. That's what it is. Voiceless Voice. This deck has been kind of falling from glory for a little while now. You know, the deck is extremely good, but it's getting bopped around so badly. I want to see more, but all right. We also have 1 Mana DM deck out here as well, which I'm not surprised to see Mana DM kind of still sitting around out here doing what it needs to do. And then we had this anti-meta stun deck show up, which I think was the thing that I was most excited to see out here. You know, having stun entering back into the arena as a challenger, you know, actually showcasing that this deck is top 16 worthy is crazy. Let's pass on over to deck list. Starting things off here, we have our good old Kashtira Snake Eyes deck. This has been the huge meta dominator out here for a little while. We've seen more and more people kind of gravitate towards this deck and go, this is the perfect combination. Because Dracosac has kind of turned into this little stupid monster. I actually kind of find it funny that this card just became the new Auroradon out here. It just, you know, you need to be able to do this, and then you make the tokens. Bada bing, bada boom, we've accomplished what we set out to do. I want to thank Birth for being that card that just allows this little 5-card splash package to actually get a chance to see play. You're the real MVPs out here. And let's not forget about Skill Drain at this point in time. I think that this is definitely up there for degeneracy reasons. I mean, hey, if this deck needs to clean up some of its rogue options, do full combo flip Skill Drain, offer Handshake to opponent. What's your opponent going to do? Try to win the game? That's not going to happen under Skill Drain. Oh, look, we have more Tempai Dragons. It is kind of nice to see. Magna Hut kind of gets bounced around as an option, whether or not you want to choose to play it or not. It's up to you. It's 100% the optional DLC. You do see the Ravelry. We are playing 2 Crows. Crow's been having a pretty decent improvement, of course, across the format here. You do see Koi Belt getting some showcase love down here. And, of course, we are actually playing 2 Mind Controls and a Change of Heart. Technically, being able to take the opponent's stuff off of their field technically does move the threat over to your side, so you can kind of go ahead and clean up what you need to do here. And also, we're playing a Cyber's Quantum Dragon in here as well. Huh. You know, interesting stuff. Also, you know, Cyber's Quantum getting the free bounce out of the way, I think is pretty useful. Hello, Meteor Burst. Outside of that, I mean, maybe this is an option to consider, you know, moving those threats out of the way. Seems like it could be worth it. I'm not exactly sure, but okay. More Snake Eyes. There's the triple crossout designator that we kind of come to know and love out here. We have the double Ghost Ogre. You have the 1 Space Rock. You know, Nib's not even really in the format, but I guarantee you this 1 of Rock kind of comes up in some very weird situations out here. Kind of give people that weird chance to clean up things. I'll be truthfully honest with you, there's not a lot of craziness with this list. Most of these builds, once again, have been really figured out in terms of the deck build department. And as more and more of this format kind of develops, you know, if we're not going to hit Wanted, the Ashes, or things like that, you kind of got to ask yourself at this point, you know, what can we do to slow this down? And I don't really know, to be honest with you. This is the best deck in the room for a reason. I just don't know which method of madness that Konami's going to choose to go down here to try to, probably try to alleviate the power creep. No, oh boy. There's a lot of snake eyes for this event in Top Cut. Once again, you have the triple cross out here. Also, triple tack talents. I will say it is very interesting to see the arguments that people are playing on the talents. You know, do you want to maximize on this? Or, you know, do we try out less numbers? Because, I mean, triple tactics is the best card that I think that this deck kind of has to offer for, you know, hitting one of the 3 effects and then just rolling on through and doing your thing. And, of course, interestingly enough, you also have those mind controls and that change of heart down here. These going second cards that allow you to move a threat out of the way and then just allow you to kind of capitalize, go down whatever sub-lines of play that you need to do. It's kind of worth it. Oh, hey, look, another... I just love the fact that, like, you know, we'll play 2 skill drains so we can fit the anti-spell in here and accomplish pretty much everything that we want to do. Consistency. I love this game. This is very interesting. What else we got back here? So this is our stun deck. So you do see that we are playing the Jogans with the Fossil Dynas. We are also playing the Shifters, which is interesting, but you're going to notice there's no Gondolas in here, which is kind of interesting. You know, we're relying on the branded fusion aspect of things to kind of get this deck rolling. So still in a case, you know, instead of using Gondola, you're just using the power of these very good cards. And we're also playing the Fire Prison. So remember, all Dragon monsters on the field get 300 defense. Any Link monsters on the field, neither player can Link summon a Link monster with a lower Link rating than the highest Link rating on the field. And then apply these, monsters cannot attack. That's the big thing you care about with this. You have a field spell that literally says no to attacks. And then, of course, the anti-meta grind out here with the Necro Valley. The Lance is for those defensive options. And we also have Moon Mirror Shield in here as well. And then, of course, an entire utility option line of synchros just to kind of fit your fancy for any, or extra deck cards for any situation. Oh boy, this was listed as a Tenpai Dragon deck, but this is more or less a Dragon Link type of pile. I do see that we have Dragunity down here for toggle options as well. That's actually really freaking cool to see. Yeah, we're using a lot of this Dragunity base stuff here to kind of give you some toggle options, but because we have the Tenpai engine in here, I guess this does get chalked up into the OTK line, because you can do full auto combo lines and then drop a Chandra on the field, and then suddenly you have this extra crazy amount of burst damage out of nowhere. And I can see why that can be a little bit of an issue in some people's eyes. Your full craziness in terms of combo with this, it's actually pretty nuts. This is honestly if we had Baron, I think this would be a very scary deck that we would have people dealing with out here, and good thing we don't. We also have, we have our Flundery special. Once again, we've taken to the main decking the 1 Featherstorm, siding the 2. We also have a Trap Trick down here as well, so in case, we need to be able to board this in to, get 4 copies of the Harpy's Featherstorm rolling, we're good. Also, I have not seen some Morg in quite some time, actually. I actually think that this is quite refreshing, actually getting the chance to see the bird actually show up. And then, of course, we are doing the Double Swallows Cowrie. I think this has been a pretty big staple for most of these decks. Actually, come to think about it, I haven't seen a Foolist not actually playing this. And then, of course, you have the double Dark Roller no more in here as well. You got to make sure that you can cover your bases. The Flu doesn't really care about losing a turn, per se, because, they're just going to be grinding it out with the opponent, recycling the Mega Rise of stacking up your opponent's resources. That's the whole point of the deck, is just to get the grind going so that you can infinitely just bounce back against the opponent. And our last list here is more Snake Eyes Cached Era. This, once again, has solidified itself as the best deck in the room. You do see the Dracosac extension lines that we've got going here. Of course, just a 5-card splash package. We also have double Droplet built into the main deck. No talents in the main, but instead they opted to push them down here to the side. You also have the 3rd Droplet. You also have the Food Show and the side deck as well, in case you need to board it in. And, of course, still packing in the triple Skill Drain, as that absolute anti-meta monster needs to see. So much Yu-Gi-Oh! So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I must say the rogue choices for this event were quite interesting. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons! Thank you. Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.